Sup guys, it's Central Boy from TeamCalamity, and this will be the first deck profile since the March 2012 ban list, and it's of Samurais, the deck that I've been playing for quite a while. Just before that, I have a few Vanguard trades, not much. Salu and Libra Mocha, I don't know, are the only real things that I have that are worth anything. And I'm looking for two more of this, which I don't value that much. Two more of this, at least two more of Bari, and Lizard Dragon Soldier Conroe. So if you're in the UK and you're interested in anything that I have, and you have anything that I want, then please feel free to drop an inbox so we can trade. Anyways, yeah, deck profile. Samurais, the deck hasn't really changed that much since last format, but because wind-ups and Insectors are so prevalent, I've had to make changes to the main. But overall, I think that the deck is really fluid. It works really well, and I've consistently had good results with it. So yeah, I'll go through the build. 3 Kaizan, 3 Kagemusha, 2 Elder, 1 Kageki. I use this ratio because I think it's the best at the moment. Kageki is weak to hand traps, so it isn't as reliable for first turn Xian players anymore, because just having an exposed Kageki and having your plays broken up is just really not good. But it's still useful. Sometimes you'll need to try and use Kageki in order to get into Xian first turn, and it's also pretty good to try and bait out hand traps later on in the game. So if you summon Kageki and they max and they get the even trade off it, then you can save things like double-edged and gateway shenanigans for later, which is always good. And yeah, 2 Elder, that's kind of standard. 3 is too much because you get double Elder hands, which are disgusting. Hand and Grandmaster, 1 each. I haven't got room for a second Grandmaster. It's something that I would try out, but I just haven't got the space. This is already 41 cards. But yeah, they're good. Zanji, I originally dropped it towards the start of the format because I didn't think that I needed it, but I quickly found that I did, just because it leaves a lot of potential for plays with Asceticism and Kaizan, and its effect is also really good to get rid of things like Gauze and Spirit Reaper, which pose a few problems to the deck. Zanji's an easy out to all of those, and it opens up Utopia and Blade Armor Ninja a lot more than otherwise, so it's definitely worth running. Inishi, it isn't as good in this particular build as it is in a double Kageki or Dojo build, but it's still really good. Disrupts Synchros and Exceeds, disrupts plays for like Insectors and stuff like that as well. And later on in the game, when you have loads of Samurais in your graveyard, you know, it can bounce itself back as well, so it gives a lot of survivability. It's just really good. And Spirit, a lot of people call it like a win more card and stuff like that, but I don't really understand why people don't like it. It puts your Samurais to like insane levels of attack. Xian goes to 3000, which is pretty much impossible to deal with, given that, you know, Exceeds don't really go that high other than Acid Golem, which isn't legal in the UK, but you know, it's really difficult to get past. It puts Grandmaster to 26, and things like Zanji, Hand, Kaizan, Inishi, they all go to above 2000 to get rid of Thunder King. So it just puts them at really high levels of attack. It gives them an additional layer of protection, so you can afford to be a bit more reckless. Like you don't have to worry about things like Mirror Force as much, because Spirit protects them, and also the advantage chains that you can generate just snowballs advantage. Like literally since the start of the format, half of the games that I've won have just been because I've generated so much advantage with Spirit Reaper, and the locks created by the deck plus the advantage you can generate from Reaper is just Spirit. It's just It's just amazing. So yeah, definitely worth a run in my opinion. And then triple max and one Veiler. One Veiler because I run 3 Fiendish Chain. I find that 3 max Veiler and 3 chain is the perfect ratio for this deck. Max is really good in Samurais in particular, just because it forces the opponent to stop their plays, which leaves them prone to the counter attack. But it also generates advantage, which is a problem with this deck because it depletes the hand really quickly. It just helps to get an edge over things like the mirror match, rabbit, all of that. And Veiler, I main triple chain, but Veiler is still good because it stops. It's another way to stop the wind up hand loop, and it can thwart things like Insectors. It's just an additional way to defeat them, so that's good. 3 Asceticism, 3 United, double smoke signal, Rota, Gateway, 1 MST. I side the other MST, but I think that you have to main at least one, because of how popular Fiendish Chain is. So yeah, Heavy Storm, Book of Moon, and Monster Reborn. Book of Moon, I replaced Mind Control with Book just because Wind Ups, Insectors, and Rabbit are the top 3 decks, and they're all Exceeds based decks. So it's kind of useless if you Mind Control and Exceed. So I would rather just have Book of Moon, because it combats everything. Then triple chain, you absolutely have to run 3 Fiendish Chain at the moment in Samurais. It's just absolutely essential. It's really good with Xian, and it just stops so much this format that you definitely have to make 3. Then 2 double-edged sword techniques. I run 2 because it gives you a backup plan should your play fail. If they TT your Solemn Warning, you have a way to get back out and start applying pressure. And often, just by using double edge, you'll put enough pressure on the board to get the game. So it really is very good card to run. Then the 3 Solemns, obviously, and 1 Magatama. I really like Magatama at the moment, but I know that a lot of people don't. It's useful, and generally you can often you can bait things out, you can bait the warning out, you can bait the TT out, and then just smack it with a Magatama, and often that'll be enough. Like, it's really easy if you know how to use the deck, just to bait out the warning when you have a Samurai on the field, just to get that Magatama. And it's just a protective layer that really helps out. So yeah, this is the deck. I don't run Dojo because I find that Dojo is only really good towards the start of the duel. It's a horrible top deck late game and mid game, which isn't good. And it doesn't really do that much other than get out Inishi, so you can end with Xian on Naturia Beast and Inishi. Like, it doesn't help with first turn Xian rate, in my opinion, that much. When I tested it, it didn't really do anything. And I know that a lot of people will try and play a deck like Samurais because they think, oh, it's budget, you don't need Tour Guide, you don't need all the expensive cards. But believe me, you definitely do. You definitely need 3 Fiendish Chain, definitely need 3 Max C in the Veiler, and just everything. It's needed in this deck even more than in other decks, just because of how fragile Samurais are. You really need things like Fiendish Chain, Maxi, and Zen mains in the extra deck. Anyways, yeah, this is the main deck. I'll do a video of the side deck. And yeah, I've been having a lot of great results with it, so I hope all of you can have similar results with it. And this is Eccentric Boy out.